that you should improve yourself in every way. He laid particular stress on your German as he was leaving for town yesterday. Indeed, he always lays stress on your German when he is leaving for town.
Dear Uncle Jack is so very serious. Sometimes he is so serious that I think he cannot be quite well.
Your guardian enjoys the best of health, and he is especially to be commended for one who, as young as he is, I know no one with a stronger sense of duty and responsibility.
I suppose that is why he often looks a little bored when we three are together.
Cecily, I am surprised at you. Mr. Worthing has many troubles in his life. Idle merriment and triviality would be out of place in his conversation. You must remember his constant anxiety over that unfortunate young man, his brother.
I wish Uncle Jack would allow that unfortunate young man, his brother, to come down here sometimes. We might have a good influence over him, Miss Prism. I'm sure you certainly would. You know German and geology and things of that kind influence a man very much.
I do not think that even I could produce any effect on a character who, according to his own brother's admission, is irretrievably weak and vacillating. Indeed, I do not think that I would desire to reclaim him. I am not in favor of this modern mania of turning bad people into good people at a moment's notice. Cecily, you must put away your diary. I really don't see why you should keep a diary at all.
I keep a diary in order to enter the wonderful secrets of my life. If I didn't write them down, I should probably forget all about them.
Memory, my dear Cecily, is the diary that we all carry about with us.
Yes, but it usually chronicles the things that have never happened and couldn't possibly have happened. I believe that memory is responsible for nearly all the 3-volume novels that Moody sends us.
Do not speak slightingly of the 3-volume novel, Cecily. I wrote one myself in earlier days.
Did you really, Miss Prism? How wonderfully clever you are. I hope it did not end happily. I don't like novels that end happily. They depress me so much.
The good ended happily and the bad unhappily. That is what fiction means.
I suppose so. But it seems very unfair. And was your novel ever published?
Alas, no. The manuscript, unfortunately, was abandoned. I use the term in the sense of lost or mislaid. To your work child, these speculations are profitless.
But I see dear Dr. Chasuble coming up through the garden.
Dr. Chasuble, this is indeed a pleasure.
And how are we this morning? Miss Prism, you are, I trust, well?
Miss Prism has just been complaining of a slight headache. I think it would do her so much good to have a short stroll with you in the park, Dr. Chasuble.
Cecily, I have not mentioned anything about a headache.
No, dear Miss Prism, I know that. But I felt instinctively that you had a headache. Indeed. I was thinking about that and not my German lesson when the rector came in.
I hope, Cecily, that you are not inattentive.
Oh, I'm afraid I am.
But that is strange. Were I fortunate enough to be Miss Prism's pupil, I would hang upon her lips. I spoke metaphorically. My metaphor was drawn from bees. I suppose Mr. Worthing has not returned from town yet?
We do not expect him until Monday afternoon.
Ah, yes, he usually likes to spend his Sundays in London. He's not one of those whose sole aim is enjoyment, as, by all accounts, that unfortunate young man, his brother, appears to be. But I must not disturb Egeria and her pupil any longer.
Egeria? My name is Letitia, Doctor.
A classical allusion, merely, drawn from the pagan authors. I shall see you both, no doubt, at evensong.
I think, dear Doctor, that I will have a stroll with you after all. I find that I do have a headache, and a walk might do it some good.
With pleasure, Miss Prism. With pleasure. We might walk as far as the schools and back.
That would be delightful. Cecily, you will read your political economy in my absence. The chapter on the fall of the rupee you may omit. It is somewhat too sensational. Even these metallic problems have their melodramatic side.
Horrid political economy. Oh, horrid geography. Horrid German.
Mr. Ernest Worthing has just driven over from the station. He has brought his luggage with him.
Mr. Ernest Worthing, B4 the Albany W. Uncle Jack's brother. Did you tell him Mr. Worthing was in town?
Yes, miss. He seemed very much disappointed. I mentioned that you and Miss Prism were in the garden. He said he was anxious to speak to you privately for a moment.
Pray. Ask Mr. Ernest Worthing to come out here. I suppose you'd better talk to the housekeeper about a room for him.
Yes, miss.
I have never met any really wicked person before. I feel rather frightened. I am so afraid he will look just like everyone else. He does!
You are my little cousin Cecily, I'm sure.
You are under some strange mistake. I am not a little. In fact, I believe I am more than usually tall for my age. But I am your cousin Cecily. You, I see from your card, are Uncle Jack's brother, my cousin Ernest. My wicked cousin Ernest.
Oh, well, cousin Cecily, I'm really not wicked at all. You mustn't think that I'm wicked.
If you are not, then you have certainly been deceiving us all in a most inexcusable manner. I hope you have not been leading a double life, pretending to be wicked and being really good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
Oh, of course. Well, I have been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it.
And now that you mention the subject, I've been very bad in my own small way.
I don't think you should be so proud of that, though I'm sure it must have been very pleasant.
Oh, but it's much pleasanter being here with you.
I can't understand how you're here at all. Uncle Jack won't be back till Monday afternoon.
Oh, well, that is a great disappointment.
I'm obliged for me to leave on the first train Monday morning. I have a business appointment that I'm anxious to miss.
Couldn't you miss it anywhere but in London?
No.
The appointment is in London.
Well, I know, of course, how important it is not to keep a business engagement, but still, I think you had better wait till Uncle Jack arrives. I know he wants to speak to you about your emigrating.
About my what?
You're emigrating? He's gone up to buy your outfit.
Oh, no, I certainly wouldn't let Jack buy my outfit. He has no taste in neckties at all.
I don't think you will require neckties. Uncle Jack is sending you to Australia.
Australia? I'd sooner die.
Well, he said at dinner on Wednesday night that you'd have to choose between this world, the next world, and Australia.
Well, I've received the accounts about the next world and Australia, but they aren't particularly encouraging. I mean, this world is good enough for me, Cousin Cecily.
Yes, but are you good enough for it?
Well, I'm afraid that I'm not. And that's why I want you to reform me. Might you make that your mission, Cousin Cecily?
I'm afraid I've no time this afternoon.
Oh, would you mind the reforming of myself this afternoon?
It is rather quixotic of you, but I think you should try.
I will. I feel better already.
You are looking a little worse.
Oh, well that's because I'm hungry.
Oh, how thoughtless of me. I should have remembered that when one is going to lead an entirely new life, one requires regular and wholesome meals. Won't you come in?
Oh, well, might I have a buttonhole first? I have no appetite at all unless I have a buttonhole
A
first.
merry Charmiette.
No! I'd sooner have a pink rose, Cousin Cecily.
Why?
Well, because you are like a pink rose, Cousin Cecily.
I don't think it can be quite right for you to talk to me like that. Miss Prism never says such things to me.
Oh, well, Miss Prism is a short-sighted old lady. I mean, you are the prettiest girl I've ever saw.
Miss Prism says that all good looks are a snare.
A snare that any sensible man would love to be caught in.
I don't think I would care to catch a sensible man. I shouldn't know what to talk to him about.
You are too much alone, Dr. Chasuble. You should get married. A misanthrope I can understand, but a womanthrope, never.
Believe me, I do not deserve so neologistic a phrase. The precept as well as the practice of the primitive church was distinctly against matrimony.
That is obviously why the primitive church has not lasted to the present day. You don't understand, dear doctor. By persistently remaining single, a man converts himself into a permanent public temptation. Men should be more careful. This very celibacy would lead weaker vessels astray.
But is a man not equally attractive when married?
No married man is ever attractive, except to his wife.
And often I've been told, not even to her.
That depends on the intellectual sympathies of the woman. Maturity can always be trusted. Ripeness can be depended on. Young women are green. I spoke horticulturally. My metaphor was drawn from fruits. Where is Cecily?
Perhaps she followed us out to the schools.
Mr. Worthing.
Mr. Worthing?
This is indeed a surprise. I did not look for you until Monday afternoon.
I have returned sooner than I expected. Dr. Chasuble, I hope you are well.
Mr. Worthing, I trust this garb of woe does not betoken some terrible tragedy.
My brother,
More shameful debts and extravagance.
Still leading his life of pleasure.
dead.
Oh,
Your brother Ernest? Dead?
Quite dead.
huh. What a lesson for him. I trust he will profit by it.
Mr. Worthing, I offer you my sincere condolence. You at least have the consolation of knowing that you are always the most generous and forgiving of brothers. Were you with him at the end?
Poor Ernest. He had many faults, but it is a sad, sad blow.
Oh, very, very sad indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No, he died abroad. In Paris, in fact. I had a telegram last night from the manager of the Grand Hotel.
What was the cause of death mentioned?
A severe chill, it seems.
As a man sows, so let him reap.
Charity, my dear Miss Prism. Charity. None of us are perfect. I myself am peculiarly susceptible to drafts. Will the interment take place here?
No. He seems to have expressed a desire to be buried in Paris.
In Paris? I fear that hardly points to any very serious state of mind at the last. You would no doubt wish me to make some slight allusion to this tragic domestic affliction next Sunday. My sermon on the meaning of the manna in the wilderness can be adapted to almost any occasion, joyful, or as in the present case, distressing. I have delivered it at harvest celebrations, confirmations, christenings, on days of humiliation, and on festal days. Last time I delivered it was in the cathedral, as a charity sermon for the Society for the Prevention of Discontent among the upper classes. The bishop, who was present, was much struck by some of the analogies I drew.
That reminds me, you mentioned christenings, I think, Dr. Chasuble. I suppose you know how to christen, all right? I mean, of course, you're continually christening, aren't you?
It is, I regret to say, one of the rector's most constant duties in this parish. I have often spoken to the poorer classes on the subject, but they don't seem to know what thrift is.
But is there any particular infant in whom you are interested, Mr. Worthing? Your brother was, I believe, unmarried, was he not?
Oh, yes.
People who live for pleasure usually are.
But it is not for each child, Doctor. No, I'm very fond of children. No. The fact is, I would like to be christened myself this afternoon, if you have nothing better to do.
But surely, Mr. Worthing, you have already been christened.
I don't remember anything about it.
But have you any great doubts on the subject?
Oh, I certainly intend to have. Of course, I don't know if the thing might bother you in any way, or if you think I'm a little too old now.
Oh, no, the sprinkling, and indeed the immersion of adults is a perfectly canonical practice.
Immersion?
You need have no apprehensions, Mr. Worthing. Sprinkling is all that is necessary, and indeed, I believe, advisable. Our weather is so changeable. At what hour would you like the ceremony performed?
Oh, I might trot round about 5, if that would suit you.
Perfectly, perfectly. In fact, I have 2 similar ceremonies to perform at that hour. A case of twins that occurred recently in one of the outlying cottages on your own estate. Poor Jenkins the carter, a most hard-working man.
Oh, I don't see much fun being christened with other babies. It would seem childish. Would 5:30 do?
Admirably, admirably. And now, Mr. Worthing, I will intrude no longer into a house of woe. I would merely beg you to be not too much bowed down by grief. What seem to us bitter trials are often blessings in disguise.
This seems to be a blessing of the most obvious kind.
Jack! Oh, I am pleased to see you back. But what horrid clothes you've got on. Do go and change them.
Cecily.
My child, my child.
What is the matter, Uncle Jack? Do look happy. You look as if you had a toothache. And I have got such a surprise for you. Who do you think is in the dining room? Your brother!
Who?
Your brother! Ernest!
No.
He arrived about half an hour ago.
What nonsense! I haven't got a brother.
Don't say that. However bad that he may have behaved to you in the past, he is still your brother. You couldn't be so heartless as to disown him. I'll tell him to come out. And we'll shake hands with him, won't you, Uncle Jack?
These are very joyful tidings.
After we had all been resigned to his loss, his sudden return seems peculiarly distressing.
My brother is in the dining room. I don't know what it all means. I think it is perfectly absurd. Good heavens! Oh, Brother John, I have come down to tell you that I'm very sorry for all the trouble that I've caused, and I intend to lead a better life in the future.
Uncle Jack, you are not going to refuse your own brother's hand.
Nothing will induce me to take his hand.
I think his coming down here disgraceful. He knows perfectly well why.
Uncle Jack, do be nice. There is some good in everyone. Ernest has just been telling me about his poor invalid friend, Mr. Bunbury, whom he goes to visit so often. And surely there must be much good in one who is kind to an invalid and leaves the pleasures of London to sit by a bed of pain.
Oh, he's been talking about Bunbury, has he?
Yes, he's told me all about poor Mr. Bunbury and his terrible state of health.
Ah, Bunbury. Well, I won't have him talk to you about Bunbury or about anything else. It is enough to drive one perfectly frantic.
Well, now, I must admit that all the faults were on my side. But I must say that Brother John's coldness to me is particularly painful, especially considering this is the first time that I've come down here.
Uncle Jack, if you do not shake hands with Ernest, I will never forgive you.
Never forgive me.
Never, never, never.
Well, then this is the last time I shall ever do it.
It is pleasant, is it not, to see so perfect a reconciliation? I think we might leave the 2 brothers together.
Cecily, you will come with us.
Certainly, Miss Prism. My little task of reconciliation is over.
You have done a beautiful action today, dear child.
We must not be premature in our judgments.
I feel very happy.
You young scoundrel, Algy, you must get out of this place as soon as possible. I don't allow any Bunburying here.
I have put Mr. Earnest's things in the room next to yours, sir. I suppose that is all right.
What?
Mr. Earnest's luggage, sir. I have unpacked it and put it in the room next to your own.
His luggage?
Yes, sir. 3 portmanteaus, a dressing case, 2 hat boxes, and a large luncheon basket.
I'm afraid I can't stay more than a week this time.
Merriman, order the dog cart at once. Mr. Earnest has been suddenly called back to town.
Yes, sir.
What a fearful liar you are, Jack. I haven't been called up to town at all.
Yes, you have.
Well, I haven't heard anyone call me.
Your duty as a gentleman calls you back.
My duty as a gentleman has never interfered with my pleasures in the smallest degree.
I can quite understand that.
But Cecily is quite a darling.
You are not to talk of Miss Cardew like that. I don't like it.
But I don't like your clothes. You look perfectly ridiculous in them. It's perfectly childish for you to be in deep mourning for a man who's staying with you in your house as a guest for an entire week. I call it grotesque.
You are most certainly not staying with me for a week as a guest or anything else. You have got to leave by the 4:05 train.
Well, I shouldn't leave you so long as if you were in mourning. It would be the most unfriendly if I did. If I were in mourning, I would expect you to stay with me. It would be very unkind if you didn't.
Well, will you go if I change my clothes?
Yes, if you don't take so long. I've never seen someone take so long to get dressed with such little result.
Well, at any rate, it's better than being always overdressed, as you are.
If I am occasionally a bit overdressed, I make up for it by being immensely overeducated.
Your vanity is ridiculous, your conduct an outrage, and your presence in my garden utterly absurd. However, you have got to leave by the 4:05, and I hope you have a pleasant journey back to town. This bumburying, as you call it, has not been a great success for you.
I think it's been a great success. I'm in love with Cecily, and that is everything. Oh, but I must make arrangements for another Bunbury. I must see her again before I leave. Oh, there she is.
Oh! I merely came back to water the roses. I thought you were with Uncle Jack.
Oh, no, he's gone to order the dog cart for me.
Oh, he's going to take you for a nice drive.
No, he's going to send me away.
Then we have got to part.
I'm afraid so. It's a very painful parting.
It is always painful to part from someone whom one has known for a very brief space of time. Even a momentary separation from anyone to whom one has just been introduced is almost unbearable.
Thank you.
The dog cart is out the door, sir.
It can wait, Merriman, for 5 minutes.
Yes, miss.
Cecily, I hope I shall not offend you if I say quite frankly and openly that you seem to me to be in every possible way the visible personification of absolute perfection.
I think your frankness does you great credit, Ernest. If you will allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary.
Do you really keep a diary? Oh, I'd give anything to look at it, may I?
No! You see, it is simply a very young girl's record of her own thoughts and impressions, and consequently meant for publication. When it appears in volume form, I hope you will order a copy. But pray, Ernest, don't stop. I delight in taking down from dictation. I have reached absolute perfection. You can go on. I'm quite ready for more. Oh, don't cough, Ernest. Whenever one is dictating, one should speak fluently and not cough. Besides, I don't know how to spell a cough.
Well, Cecily, ever since I first looked upon your wonderful and incomparable beauty, I dare to love you wildly, passionately, hopelessly, and devotedly.
I don't think that you should tell me that you love me wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly. Hopelessly doesn't seem to make much sense, does it?
Oh, Cecily.
The dog cart is waiting, sir.
Oh, yes, can't you tell it to come around next week at the same hour?
Yes, sir.
Uncle Jack would be very much annoyed if he knew you were staying on till next week at the same hour.
Oh, well, I don't care about Jack. I don't care about anyone in this world but you, Cecily. I love you. You will marry me, won't you?
You silly boy.
Oh!
Of course! Why, we have been engaged for the last 3 months.
Oh! For the last 3 months?
Yes. It will be exactly 3 months on Thursday.
Oh, and, when did we become engaged?
Well, ever since dear Uncle Jack first confessed to us that he had a younger brother who was very wicked and bad, you, of course, have formed the chief topic of conversation between myself and Miss Prism. And, of course, a man who is much talked about is always very attractive. One feels there must be something in him after all. I dare say it was foolish of me. But I fell in love with you, Ernest.
No, and when was our engagement actually settled?
On the 14th of February last, worn out by your entire ignorance of my existence, I determined to end the matter one way or the other. And after a long struggle with myself, I accepted you!
No!
Under this dear old tree here. The next day, I went out and bought this little ring in your name, and this is the little bangle with the true lover's knot that I promised you always to wear.
Oh, did I buy you this? Oh, it's very pretty, isn't it?
Yes, you've wonderfully good taste, Ernest. It's the excuse I've always given for your leading such a bad life. And this is the box in which I kept all your dear letters.
My letters! But Cecily, I never wrote you any letters.
You need hardly remind me of that, Ernest. I remember only too well that I was forced to write your letters for you. I wrote always 3 times a week, and sometimes oftener.
Oh, well, would you let me read them?
No, I couldn't possibly. They would make you far too conceited. The 3 you wrote me after I'd broken off the engagement are so beautiful, and so badly spelled, that even now I can hardly read them without crying a little.
But was our engagement ever broken off?
Of course it was, on the 22nd of last March. You can read the entry if you like. Today, I broke off my engagement with Earnest.
Oh.
I feel it is better to do so. The weather still continues charming.
But Cecily, why on earth did you break it off? What had I done? Well, I've done nothing at all. But I'm very much hurt indeed to know that you broke off our engagement, particularly when the weather was so charming.
Well, it would hardly have been a really serious engagement if it hadn't been broken off at least once. But I forgave you before the week was out.
Well, what a perfect angel you are, Cecily.
You dear romantic boy. I hope your hair curls naturally. Does it?
It does. With a little help from others.
I'm so glad.
But Cecily, you'll never break off our engagement again, will you?
I don't think I could break it off, now that I have actually met you. Besides, of course, there is the question of your name.
Ah, of course.
You must not laugh at me, darling. But it's always been a girlish dream of mine to love someone whose name was Earnest. There is something in that name that seems to inspire absolute confidence. I pity any poor married woman whose husband is not called Earnest.
But, darling, do you mean to say that you couldn't love me if I had some other name?
But what name?
Oh, you know, any name you like. Algernon, for instance.
But I don't like the name Algernon.
Oh, but darling, sweet, loving, little sweetheart, I don't see why you could object to the name of Algernon at all. In fact, it's a rather aristocratic name. Half of the chaps who get into the bankruptcy court are called Algernon. But, Cecily, do you really mean to say that you couldn't love me if my name was Algie?
I might respect you, Ernest. I might admire your character, but I fear that I would not be able to give you my undivided attention.
Well, Cecily, your rector here, I suppose, is thoroughly experienced in all the rites and the ceremonials of the church.
Oh, yes. Dr. Chasuble is a most learned man. He has never written a single book, so you can imagine how much he knows.
Ah, good. I must see him on the most important christening. I mean, the most important business. I shan't be away more than 30 minutes.
Considering that we have been engaged since February the 14th, and that I have only met you today for the first time, I think it is rather hard that you should leave me for so long a period as half an hour. Couldn't you make it 20 minutes?
I shall be back in no time.
What an impetuous boy he is. I like his hair so much. I must enter his proposal in my diary.
A Miss Fairfax has just called to see Mr. Worthing on very important business, Miss Fairfax states.
Isn't Mr. Worthing in his library?
Mr. Worthing went over in the direction of the rectory some time ago.
Pray, ask the lady to come out here. Mr. Worthing is sure to be back soon. And you can bring tea.
Yes, miss.
Miss Fairfax, I suppose one of the many good elderly women who are associated with Uncle Jack in some of his philanthropic work in London. I don't quite like women who are interested in philanthropic work. I think it is so forward of them.
Miss Fairfax.
Pray, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew. What a very sweet name. Something tells me that we are going to be great friends. I like you already more than I can say. And my first impressions of people are never wrong.
How nice of you to like me so much after we have known each other such a comparatively short time. Pray sit down.
Oh, I may call you Cecily, may I not?
With pleasure.
And you will always call me Gwendolen, won't you?
If you wish.
Oh, then it is all quite settled then, is it not?
I hope so.
Perhaps this is a favourable opportunity for my mentioning who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You've never heard of Papa, I suppose?
I don't think so.
Well, outside the family circle, Papa, I'm glad to say, is entirely unknown. I think that is quite as it should be. Cecily, Mamma, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has brought me up to be extremely short-sighted. So do you mind my looking at you through my glasses?
No, not at all, Gwendolen. I am very fond of being looked at.
Ah. Yeah. You are here on a short visit, I suppose?
Oh, no. I live here.
Really? Your mother, no doubt, or some female relative of advanced years resides here also?
Oh, no. I have no mother, nor, in fact, any relations.
Indeed.
My dear guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I'm Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh! How strange he's never mentioned to me he had a ward. How secretive of him. He grows more interesting hourly. I'm not sure, however, that this news inspires me with feelings of unmixed delight. I am very fond of you, Cecily. I've liked you ever since I met you. But I am bound to state that now that I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, well, I cannot help expressing a wish that you were, well, a little bit older than you seem to be and not so alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly...
Pray do. I think that whenever one has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
Well, to speak with perfect candour, Cecily, I wish you were fully 42, and more than usually plain for your age. Ernest is a strong, upright nature. He is the very soul of truth and honour. Disloyalty to him would be as impossible as deception.
I beg your pardon, Gwendolen. Did you say Ernest?
Yes?
Oh! But it is not Mr. Earnest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Ah! Oh, that accounts for it. Oh, Cecily, you've lifted a load from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. It would have been terrible if a cloud had come across a friendship like ours, would it not? But are you quite certain that it is not Mr. Earnest Worthing who is your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I'm going to be his.
I beg your pardon?
Dearest Gwendolen, there is no reason why I should make a secret of it to you. Our little county newspaper is sure to chronicle the fact next week. Mr. Earnest Worthing and I are engaged to be married!
My darling Cecily, I think there has been some slight error, for Mr. Earnest Worthing is engaged to me. The announcement will appear in the Morning Post on Saturday at the latest.
It seems to me, Miss Fairfax, that you must be under some misconception. For Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
Ah, it is quite curious, for he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you care to verify the incident, pray do so. Oops. Sorry. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. Oh, I'm so sorry, dear Cecily, if any of this is a disappointment to you, but I'm afraid I have the prior claim.
It would distress me more than I can tell you, dear Gwendolen, if it has caused you any mental or physical anguish, but I feel bound to point out that since Ernest proposed to you, he clearly has changed his mind.
Do you allude to me, Miss?
Poor fellow has been entrapped.
Ah, if the poor fellow has been entrapped into some foolish promise, I shall make it my duty to rescue him at once, and with a firm hand.
Whatever unfortunate entanglement my dear boy may have got into, I will never approach him with it after we are married.
Do you allude to me, Miss Cardew, of an entanglement? You are presumptuous. On an occasion of this kind, it becomes more than a moral duty to speak one's mind. It becomes a pleasure.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrapped Ernest into an engagement? How dare you? This is no time for wearing the shallow mask of manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
Well, I'm glad to say that I have never seen a spade. It is obvious that our social spheres have been widely different.
Shall I lay tea here as usual, miss?
Yes, as usual.
Are there many interesting walks in the vicinity, Miss Cardew?
Oh, yes, a great many. From the top of one of the hills quite close, one can see 5 counties.
5 counties. I don't think I should like that. I hate crowds.
I suppose that is why you live in town.
Quite a well-kept garden this is, Miss Cardew.
So glad you like it, Miss Fairfax.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, flowers are as common here, Miss Fairfax, as people are in London.
Personally, I cannot understand how anyone manages to exist in the country. If anybody who is anybody does, the country always bores me to death.
Ah, this is what the newspapers call agricultural depression, is it not? I believe the aristocracy are suffering from it very much at present. It is almost an epidemic amongst them, I have been told. May I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Thank you, detestable girl. But I require tea.
Sugar?
Oh, no, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen in the finest houses nowadays.
Hand that to Miss Fairfax.
And though I asked most distinctly for bread and butter, you have given me cake! Oh! Oh! I am known for the graciousness of my disposition and the extraordinary sweetness of my nature. But I warn you, Miss Cadu, you may go too far to save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from the machinations of any other girl. There are no lengths to which I would not go. The moment I saw you, I distrusted you. I felt that you were false and deceitful. I am rarely deceived in such matters. My first impressions of people are invariably